Hi everyone. For today, we're going to do some racing. Now, the more people you have at home, the better off you're going to be on this one. You know, here we just have the two of us, Mrs. B and I. Now, there's Winnie and Tigger. So we're going to do two different types of races. The first one is going to be a potato sack race or a jump sack. Now, we don't actually have potato sacks here, and you probably don't either. So we're just going to be using trash bags since we're outside. Now, if you're going to do this inside on your carpeted area, you might use something like a pillowcase. But everybody should have at least a trash bag or a pillowcase. If not, maybe you can come up with a better idea, but those were the two I had. Now, after that, we're going to do a three-legged race where Mrs. B and I will tie one of our legs together, and then we would each use our outside legs, so that's why it's called a three-legged race, and you'll see that one. Now, I mentioned that now because you just saw Winnie and Tigger going by, because we won't have anyone to race against with that, because Mrs. B and I will be a team, essentially. We tried to tie Winnie and Tigger together, but they objected and didn't do very well. So it'll just be the two of us. Now, what I'm going to try and do for that one is give you our time. So we're challenging you to see if you and someone in your family can beat our time. Now, how do we know it's a fair race in terms of distance? I'm using the same course that we used for our Mountain View Marathon here. So there's our white line in the red buckets, and then on the other side, the same white line. So our course is exactly 20 feet. So if you want to race against Mrs. B and I, all you have to do is make sure you have a 20-foot course, and then you can compare your time to our time, and we'll see who's the fastest. Can you beat us? Well, let's find out. All right, so first up, we're going to do the potato sack race, or the trash bag races. Okay, and so each of us will start on the white line, and we're going to hop around our basket, or jump around, I should say, because that's a big mistake that I need to show you right now. So first, just get in your potato sack. If you've never done one of these, we do this in PE sometimes. But the mistake that some students make, instead of jumping like I am right now, is they try and run. And if you run, you're going to fall. You have to jump with both feet together. So your feet are both in the potato sack, or in this case, the trash bag. Use them in unison. You can't use them individually, or you will fall. All right, so that's how you do a jump sack race. We will be using our jumping skill. So Mrs. B is going to come out and get into her jump sack. I'm going to get myself ready behind the line, and we'll be ready to start. Now, Mrs. B, I don't think you can see her face right now, but she's wearing her gaiter, which also works for sun protection. We've talked about these in a few videos. I have mine wrapped around mine, but since I'm not going to encounter anyone out here, I'm not worried about it. So I have mine around my neck. All right, so it looks like Mrs. B is ready. Now I'm going to go ahead and try and give you our time on this one too. We're racing against each other, but in case you want to try the jump sack against us as well, I'll try and give you the time. So I'm using my phone here, and I'll stop it when the first one of us gets across as close as I can. All right, so here we go. Mrs. B's around the big blue bucket. I'm around the red. Ready? You ready, Mrs. B?
Yes.
All right. Uh-oh. Digger, get out of the way. Ready, set, go. I didn't quite stop it on time. I was at 9 seconds. It took me a second to stop it. So 9 seconds was the winning time for the potato sack or the jump sack race. All right, so we're going to pause the camera real quick here and get ready for our three-legged race. All right, everyone, we're ready to start the three-legged race now. So you're going to need something to tie your legs together. I'm going to use this bungee cord. You could use something as simple as a shoelace or anything else that you would like to use. So I'm going to have Mrs. B come up here and show you how to do it. So we're going to put our middle leg together. You have to tie the middle legs. And we're just going to wrap this bungee. You want to make sure there's not a lot of room for you to move your feet. So it should be relatively tight, but make sure you're not cutting off the blood circulation. You want to keep your feet and legs after this. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this through here a couple times. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Got some shoelace. There we go. And there we go. So we are now hooked up. See, I almost took Mrs. B out there already. So we're going to have to turn around and go the other way. I'm also going to have to grab my phone because I promised you I'd give you our time. Since we don't have anyone to race against, it's just Mrs. B and I. And Tigger and Winnie did not do a good job on this one. So here we go. Now I'm going to carry the phone this time. I didn't do that in the jump sack race, so I didn't give you an accurate time on that one. I'll give you an accurate one on this one. All right, so this time we're going to go around the bucket over there, same 20-foot course exactly. So we're going to turn around and face the other way, start from white line to white line, and we'll give you our time and see if you can beat us. All right, here we go. So we're going to have to get turned around here. Mrs. B already stepped on my foot. All right. Okay. we go. Ready, set, go. We win. All right. 10.61 seconds, and neither one of us died. We almost tripped there. So again, this one's a fun one. If you have 4 people in your house, you can race, mom and brother against you and dad. Mix it up, do different teams. And if you only have 3 people, you can time each other, two partners, and then switch partners. Or again, you can just see if you can beat us. That's our time. I hope you have fun. 3-legged race, potato sack race. These are also great things to do at family get-togethers when we're allowed to get back and have maybe a big family reunion or a birthday party. These are simple things you can do with items that you have right around the house. Challenge the whole family to get out there. For now, keep it just with the people in your house. Hope you have a great time, everybody. See you in the next section.